उल्लेख करेंगी। अभी ये भी जानकारी मैं शेयर करना चाहता हूं कि देश भर में 422.79 लाख N95 मास्क, 176.91 लाख PPEs, 45,603 वेंटिलेटर और कल तक 62.42 लाख रेमडेसिविर इंजेक्शंस ये हम देश के लोगों को भेज चुके हैं। आज के इस अवसर पर यूं तो अधिकांश बातों से आप सब लोग परिचित हैं, लेकिन कुछ बातों की ओर थोड़ा सा अंडरलाइन करके मैं विशेष रूप से आजकल ब्लैक फंगस के बारे में बहुत चर्चा है और इसके केसेस भी जो है देश में स्थान स्थान पर आ रहे हैं। सरकार के माध्यम से उसके संदर्भ में एक्सपर्ट्स के माध्यम से सभी संबंधित जानकारियां दी जा रही हैं। उसकी दवाई का प्रोडक्शन, उसकी उपलब्धता को भी रैंप अप करने के लिए डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फार्मास्यूटिकल्स, ड्रग कंट्रोलर, उनकी तरफ से भी विशेष प्रयास हो रहे हैं। भारत सरकार की तरफ से भी ये आग्रह किया गया है कि स्टेट्स इसको नोटिफाइबल डिजीजेस के रूप में जो है इसकी जानकारी दें और इसको सुनिश्चित करें कि हर एक केस जो इस संदर्भ में देश में आ रहा है वो हमारे नोटिस में आ जाए। और क्योंकि इसी से जुड़ा हुआ विषय है तो विशेष रूप से डायबिटीज का ट्रीटमेंट और स्टेरॉइड्स का इनडिस्क्रिमिनेट यूज, इसके बारे में भी अपने अपने स्टेट्स में, अपनी अपनी यूनियन टेरिटरीज में जो भी डॉक्टरों के माध्यम से और जो लोग ट्रीटमेंट कर रहे हैं हमारे साथी, उन तक ये बात हाईलाइट होनी चाहिए। और जैसा कि आने वाले समय में इस बात की भी पर्याप्त चर्चा है, आएगी नहीं आएगी, कब आएगी ये तो कोई आज विश्वास के साथ नहीं कह सकता, लेकिन इस बात की चर्चा जरूर है कि आने वाले समय में अगर वायरस के अंदर और म्यूटेशन होगा तो शायद वो बच्चों को ज्यादा प्रभावित कर सकता है। तो उस बात को भी ध्यान में, संज्ञान में रखकर हमारी जो हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज हैं उनको हम अपग्रेड करते हुए, वहाँ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को रैंप अप करते हुए, विशेष रूप से बच्चों के लिए जो हमें एक्सपर्ट्स की सहायता से विशेष प्रयास करने हैं, उनके ऊपर भी हम लोग सब मिलकर खास ध्यान करें। अभी मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा जो स्टेट्स और यूनियन टेरिटरीज आज यहाँ पर जिनका प्रेजेंस है, उनके बारे में जो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर अपना फीडबैक और अध्ययन के हिसाब से जो कुछ बातें ध्यान में आती हैं वो जरूर हाईलाइट करना चाहूंगा। छत्तीसगढ़ के बारे में मुझे कहना है कि सिंस मार्च 2021 there has been intense transmission in the state with a high positivity rate, and during April this positivity rate was around 30%. There have been high number of active cases in the districts of Raigad, Champa, Balrampur and Korea, and there have been since 1st May, I think this is also quite worrying, 3,117 deaths since 1st May in Chhattisgarh, as per whatever information I have. And in the genome sequencing, in around 20% of the samples, we have found the presence of B1.617 mutant. Then in Himachal Pradesh, there are 35,000 active cases and the sample positivity is 9.57% right now. from mid-March, when the number of cases was ranging between 75 to around 300, they are now in May ranging between 3,000 to 4,000, and this is a steady increase in the number of cases. And in the past week, Kangla, Mandi, Solan, Shimla and Hamirpur, these are the main districts which have shown a surge. Whatever we could evaluate about the possible causes, we have underlined causes like complacency, marriages, religious gatherings, educational institutions and local elections. Right now there is a need to focus on potential hotspots, super spreader events, persons in communities, and also to take measures to prevent overcrowding. There is also a rise in the number of reported deaths, and in the second wave it is as high as 1.5%, and in districts like Kangla and Shimla it is even greater than 2. The recovery rate has also gone down to 78%. In Goa, there are about 22,000 active cases, considering Goa to be a very small state, and there are almost 1,200 new cases every day. The sample positivity is 18.2%. There is a high fatality rate, 1.59%. And since April 1, there has been a rising trend in the number of new cases. The whole genome sequencing done in the samples indicates the presence of B1.617 variant in about 18.64% samples. As the positivity rate is very high, the state needs to enhance the COVID-19 testing. As per our information, 4 cases of mucormycosis are admitted in the Goa Medical College. Then about Chandigarh, we understand that there are 7,035 active cases, and every day around 500 new cases are coming. Since last 1 month, active cases, which were last month around 33,000, we have seen they have been under decline. Weekly deaths are also on the rise, during the month of April. And again, the whole genome sequencing indicates there has been a rise in B1.117 during March. However, like in other parts of the country, this has been on the decline since April, and the variant B1.617 is increasing now. Daman and Diu, total number of cases are on the lower side. Active cases are also about 366. They are also on the decline, and there is a need to focus on 100% vaccination so that we can interrupt the chain of transmission. Dadra and Nagar Haveli, the first case was on 5th May 2020, last year. Then for 20 days there were no cases. Then since June 2020, cases were coming regularly, and they were reported mostly in August 2020 and now in April 2021. A slightly different type of history. And in April 2021, there were more than 85 cases per day. 3 deaths have been reported, and the positivity rate is low. This is about 3.56. Lakshadweep, we have 1,208 active cases with around 200 daily new cases with a positivity rate of 5.12%. The recovery rate is lower than the national average. Maximum number of deaths, that is 11, has been in the month of May, and the maximum number of new cases have been recorded in the 20th week, about 219 with high growth rate, almost 140%. Again, there is a need to focus on the hotspots to prevent the transmission. Puducherry, high positivity rate of over 15% since the 17th week. And there is an increasing trend in Puducherry since the 14th week. 528 deaths since 1st April 2021. Sorry. Just today morning I received a telephone call from the state president of BJP there, who said that all the beds in all the hospitals are full, and he was requesting that we should further increase the number of COVID beds in Jipmer. So that gives a fair idea of what's the actual situation there. Ladakh, there again increase in the number of new cases since April 2021. But fortunately since May there has been a decline in the daily number of cases. The total number of cases are about 17,000 till now, but the active cases are 1,500. Positivity rate, which had increased to over 15% during the 16th week, is showing a decline now. And again, the whole genome sequencing indicates B1.617 in around 30% of the samples. Then finally, a little bit about the Andaman Nicobar Islands. There has been an effective control there during 2020 also. However, cases started rising since 13th week in 2021, with maximum cases in the 17th week. Testing positivity has also increased to 18% in the 18th week. But since then there is a decline in the trend, but the number of tests have also decreased. So this is, I thought I'll just briefly mention a few points about all the states and union territories where we are meeting today. With these initial remarks, you see the fact that we had a surge in many states. In many states, the surge has now started getting converting into a gradual decline, but in some of the smaller places or the smaller union territories or the smaller states where probably earlier there was no significant rise, we can see that there is a slow rise or a slightly faster rise. So we need to be very, very cautious about all these developments and make sure that all the basic principles of handling COVID, which we have by now learned so thoroughly in the last 1 year, whether it is enforcing the COVID appropriate behavior or whether it is enforcing the well-established strategy of testing, tracking, tracing, treating, and also now after 16th January, vaccination. I would like to emphasize that we need to step up vaccination as best as possible. Whatever vaccines are available for us, we have to give them as fast as possible. As soon as you finish the vaccines, you can get them replenished. And last few days we have seen that there has been a decline in the number of people who are getting vaccinated in the country. We need to step it up. And as we have said earlier also, in subsequent months you will see a significant exponential increase in the, you can say, the production capacity and the capability of the country. And we have, through the officers, also informed the country on a couple of occasions, I have also spoken about it, that we are in the very active process of helping the various manufacturers of the vaccines, the new vaccines, to ramp up their production, to help them financially also in the development of their capacities. And between 16th of January and 31st of July, we have said it earlier also, the country would have got something like 51 crore vaccines, and then between 1st of August to 31st of December, the country would have got almost 216 crore vaccine doses. So that means that by the end of this year, we would have got the capacity to vaccinate almost every adult in the country. So right now, if we are having something like around 8 crore vaccines in this month, next month is going to be much more, and then in July it is going to further step up. So an earnest request is to please focus on vaccination and plan it meticulously, because the Department of Health is informing you at least 15 days earlier about how many vaccines will be available for you in the next 15 days. So you can plan it in an efficient manner. And then one more request which we have been consistently following for last few weeks is that for the vaccines which are available from the Government of India for the people above 45, we are emphasizing again and again that we have to focus on those people who need the second dose now. And 70% of our vaccination should be focused on the second dose. I am sure all of you are already taking care of all this. So we will have two presentations now. First presentation will be around vaccination. That will be by Vandana ji. She will just highlight in the light of these 9 states and union territories the vaccination status and whatever we want to share with you. And then this will be followed by another presentation by Dr. Sujit Singh, our Director of National Center for Disease Control, who will be talking specific to the states. And then after that, we would love to hear each of the health ministers and the lieutenant governors and the senior health officials about the present COVID situation in their respective states and union territories, and what is that they expect the Government of India to do over and above what we have been able to do till now. With this